In December 1943, Mary says to Maria Valtorta, "My humility could not allow me to think that so much glory was reserved for me in heaven. In my mind, there was the almost certainty that my human flesh, made holy by carrying God, would not have experienced decay, because God is life, and when he sates and fills a creature with himself, this action of his is like an aroma that preserves from the corruption of death. I had remained not only immaculate, not only I had been united to God with a chaste, prolific embrace, but I was sated, even as far as my innermost recesses, with the emanations of the divinity concealed in my womb, and intent on being veiled with mortal flesh. But that the kindness of the Eternal Father had reserved for his maid the joy of feeling again the touch of my son's hand on my body, his embrace, his kiss, and of hearing again his voice with my ears, of seeing his face with my eyes, I could not think that this would be granted to me. Neither did I wish it. It would have been sufficient if these beatitudes had been granted to my spirit, and that would have filled my ego with blissful happiness. But in witness of his first creative thought concerning man, whom he, the Creator, had destined to live, passing away without death from the earthly paradise to the celestial one in the eternal kingdom, God wanted me, the Immaculate, in heaven in body and soul, as soon as my earthly life ended. I am the certain witness of what God had thought and wanted for man. An innocent life and, unaware of sin, a placid passage from this life to eternal life, whereby like one who passes over the threshold of a house to enter a palace, man, with his complete being made of a material body and a spiritual soul, would pass from the earth to paradise, increasing the perfection of his ego, given to him by God, with the complete perfection both of the body and of the spirit, which was in the divine mind destined to every creature who had remained faithful to God and to grace. Man would have reached this perfection in the full light that is in heaven and fills it, coming from God, the eternal Son, who illuminates it. God placed me, elevated in body and soul, to the glory of heaven, before the patriarchs, the prophets, the saints, the angels, and the martyrs. And he said, "Here is the perfect work of the Creator. This is what I created in my truer image and likeness among all the sons of man, the fruit of a divine creative masterpiece, the wonder of the universe that sees closed in only one being, the divine, in the eternal spirit like God, and like him spiritual, intelligent, free, holy, and the material creature in the most holy and innocent body, to which every other living being in the three kingdoms of creation is compelled to bow. This is the witness of my love for man, for whom I wanted a perfect organism and a blissful destiny of eternal life in my kingdom. This is the witness that I have forgiven man, whom by will of the trine love I granted to be reinstated and recreated in my eyes. This is the mystic stone of comparison. This is the link of junction between man and God. It is she who takes the times back to the early days and gives my divine eyes the joy of contemplating an Eve as I had created her, and now made even more beautiful and holy, because she is the mother of my word, and because she is the martyr of the greatest forgiveness. For her immaculate heart, that never knew any stain, not even the slightest, I open the treasures of heaven, and for her head, that never knew pride, I make a wreath of my brightness, and I crown her, because she is most holy to me, so that she may be your queen. God the Father having spoken, Mary now speaks again. There are no tears in heaven, but in place of the joyful tears that the spirits would have shed if they were granted to weep, the liquid that trickles squeezed by an emotion, there was, after these divine words, a sparkling of lights, a changing of splendours into more vivid splendours, a burning of charitable fires in a more ardent fire, an unsurpassable and indescribable playing of celestial harmonies, which were joined by the voice of my Son in praise of God the Father and of his maid, for ever blissful.